again for checking me out here at Ashland. We're going to be recapping episode 5 of Queens, Do Anything for Clout, and again, another good one, of course, as always, from last week with things ending off. Buried Jeff, Jeff is dead, and, we know that basically Alexis is pregnant. Jill has broken up with her girlfriend. What else happened? Oh, excuse me. Jill's broken up with her girlfriend to kind of just do her own thing. Naomi, Naomi let JoJo know Eric is her dad, and basically Valeria ain't got nothing going on. She just trying to make sure that something do pop so that she can get stuff popping, right? So let's go ahead, fast forward, jumping in right into it, into the new episode. Lil Muffet is back. Yes, Lil Muffet is back, y'all. She came out in this bomb video doing like this whole England vibe like type thing going on, and she had like this little corset bodysuit with these bomb boots and like these little tassel jacket thing. It was just cute. I was just all for it. So the video is I'm that chick, and she just going all off, going in or whatever, whatnot. But fast forward, technically she's sitting there with the execs, and they want to know, is she still that chick? She been in rehab, she been MIA, for whatever or whatnot. But as well, while she's, been, focusing on rehab and not coming out of rehab, Bree is now getting adjusted to life without Jeff. Jill's with her, so possibly like they could be like staying together. Like I said, Naomi and Eric and JoJo, they're all forming their family bond, and and just hanging out together. Jill is popping, child. Jill is popping, right? So Jill has this book out about coming out, and her and Valeria are out in paparazzi, and that's how you know that Valeria ain't popping no more, because they wanted Jill's autograph and then wanted Valeria to take pictures. Yes, and Valeria was looking like, who taking pics? Yeah, you. Serves her right, if you ask me. So Eric and Naomi are, co-parenting. Like I said, they have been hanging out, but Eric now wants to be able to get that alone time with JoJo, so that they can have that bond or whatever or whatnot. And while it seemed like Naomi was a bit hesitant, she did give it the go that they could go ahead and hang out or whatever or whatnot. And so, meanwhile, there as well, waiting for Muffin to come out of the meeting with the execs, and Naomi's just trying to encourage her to make sure that, she's not, doing too much, just, jumping, back in. But basically, she's on a namaste. What did she say? Serenity, wisdom, and I think like something else or whatever or whatnot. Like she's kind of promoting herself as a new person. She wants to have more control over her career. So she's like, I pretty much, I think I got this in the bag right now. So, boom. Eric's like, meanwhile, ooh, I just got us like an opportunity. We got an emergency meeting for the Queen. So they all meet up for rehearsal, but Jill is MIA. So that really set the tone for me for the episode. I was like, yeah, this gonna pay my little, they falling down. I just kind of threw these buns up here. I had like a messy two ponytail thing going on here, but back into action. So Jill, that set the tone for me for Jill. I knew at that point that she was going to be like that like she was going to be a force to be reckoned with from this point forward, because now she's what's it, right? So they're talking about her, just talking about, how, like, where is she? She didn't even she was supposed to pick up Muffin from rehab. Didn't show up. So she ends up coming in, and she is with Alicia. What is going on? So that's my friend, but of course can't be your friend, because according to Bree. It's too many of them. It's too many of them in their names. I'm ready to name everybody the wrong name. Going to Bree, she saw them kissing on the Nest Cam or whatever or whatnot. So she's basically like, Jill's basically like, she's trying to help me with my career, stuff like that. She's gonna help. She's here to help. But anyway, they're all here because Eric has, an opportunity for them. They got the new song out. It's been doing so well. So he wants to get them, he was able to get them to do, onto the AMAs. And they can do a performance on the AMAs. And crickets. Exactly. Silence. Nobody says anything. He's like, thank you, no thank you. From the last performance, nobody's excited to jump back on stage from the last performance. They're all worried about that being a flop. We don't need to be a flop again. But hey, we won't be a flop if we come in, we zone in, we focus, we get this in. That's, we ain't gotta worry about that. So while, they're like, hey, yes, we need to, zone in, we need to focus, we all need to be here. Jill's like, not Jill. Brianna's like, I gotta go. She's out of there. She is actually meeting up with Alexis. Ooh, these A's. Ash, Alexis. Oh, and I got my A on necklace today. All right, so she's meeting up with Alexis, and basically, she wants to know what she's going to do about the baby. And that's what Alexis says. You want to know what I'm doing about the baby. Sorry, I just had to bring that light down just a bit. It was like annoying me. So, let me see. Yeah, so, she's trying to figure out what, she's going to do about the baby. And it's kind of like secretly like, kind of want her to get an abortion, but at the same time, like, you kind of don't. Like, that's like the complete vibe that I got off of Brianna or whatnot. And basically, she's like, what do you think I should do? Really? That's what you're going to ask her? I can't really say what I think you should do. So she responded well. Brianna was just like, I can't tell you what to do. Or no, it's your choice. It's your choice. And so Alexis basically right, yeah, I'm not really ready to have a child, but I loved him. How do you keep saying that about, okay, that's how you feel, but do you not think that that's not like a, like, oh, like I just want to punch her. Keep saying this stuff. So anyway, she's like, yeah, I loved him, but basically she needs time to think about it. Cool, boom, take your time, think about it, figure it out, figure out what you want to do. So I breeze over there trying to figure out what's going on with Alexis. The other girls are at rehearsal, trying to, get their little thing right. And Valeria, she's just trying to get back popping. She knows she ain't popping. She's talking about she's standing next to, some black don't crack or whatever, whatnot. So she need to get like something like done to her face or whatever or whatnot. And Naomi's like, girl, you don't need that. You still, like, basically, like, matter of fact, her and Jill were like pump her up, like, girl, you still look good, whatever. And Naomi's like, girl, you better not touch your face. Don't touch your face. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. If nothing else, I'm not gonna touch my face. Yeah, she don't touch her face, all right. But what do she end up touching? Her ass. So she goes and gets freaking butt shots, y'all. Why should she go and get ass shots? So they're like, how we gonna prepare for the AMAs and you can't even walk? Come on now. Like, she's basically like, look, I had to do something. Jill is more famous than me, no shade, but yeah, Jill very well took that as shade. So take that personally. So anyway, she dealing with that. She trying to, get back from that, trying to get back to her, heal from her little booty stuff. She's, getting up to take her meds or whatever, whatnot, which is, hey, I never got ass shot, so I don't know how quick, you can move or not move. Either way. This stalker comes up to her door and it's like looking in and like they're like again in all black. And you know what it reminds me of, which again has yet to like produce into something, because I do believe they like tried to shoot at them. They had, remember in the beginning, I think I want to say episode 2, was it? there was, yeah, there was a, they had the stalker, that was hiding in the woods, and then that came out and like had, well, not hiding in the woods, but like hiding in the bushes, and it came out, and then like shot at them or something weird like that. So that was my immediate thoughts, like when I seen the person. But um, when she, like, I think she like tried to go and, so when she like tried to go and approach the stalker, of course the stalker, ran and took off or whatnot. What's weird is most people get, scared, like concerned when they have a stalker. Not Valeria. If anything, it just kind of like egged her on. Like she just got excited or whatever, whatnot, which was hella confusing. So, oh, meanwhile, remember Muffin is taking things into her own hands. She wants to do more things for herself. So she goes and she gets ham. Excuse me, not just ham. She just goes to the grocery store. And what it is about the ham is the poor baby can't even pick out the ham. Like she don't even know how to buy ham, y'all. She doesn't know how to buy fresh deli meat or whatever or whatnot. Like it's completely embarrassing. She's like, "Oh, I want you to treat me like a regular person." He's like, "Ma'am, I do this for all the same old customers either way. Like I'm not treating you any special or whatnot." So while she seems to be trying to be in disguise and not really, make herself noticeable, when she sees some, like, some young girls who probably, listen to her and her music, she kind of like makes herself look noticeable or whatever or whatnot. And one of the girl notices that it's her, and she starts dissing her. Like, I can't believe that I thought that she was on the same level as Doja Cat. Like, one thing's sure, they definitely like dropping all, they definitely either dropping, name dropping, or the cameos is straight lit. I'm definitely here for the cameos, okay? Alright, so she don't even end up buying the darn groceries. She's so uptight and so upset by what they saying. She leaves the groceries and gets going or whatever. All right, so JoJo and Eric, they Eric wanted to have, alone time with, hang with JoJo solo dolo. So they're hanging out, get some lunch, whatever, boom, boom, boom. And of course, Eric has like his chain on or whatever, whatnot. But JoJo seems to like think that like it's like a bit much. It's like, what? Like it's fresh, ain't it? She's like, nah, it's a lot or whatever. But and just talking about like their bond, and just talking about like she's not really ready to start the whole like calling him dad thing or whatever or whatnot. So random, these random guys come up, they want to get his autograph. Not really random, but it's random. And next thing you know, third guy comes up, snatch, grabs his chain. Yes. Grabs his chain right off of him and runs. And of course, he tries to run back after them, but bro, it ain't happening. So he like hyped up, like we gotta do something, we gotta. She's like, nah, we gotta go to the cops. She's like, no. He's like in the whole, hip hop still mindset, like, nah, that's not how you handle it. This is disrespect. It's principle. Like, we gotta go and basically like find out who did it so I can get my chain back or whatever or whatnot. She's like, that's stupid. You too grown for this. He's like, nah. I know who probably basically who got my chain. And she like, you old and you need me. So I'm gonna go with you. All right, so we at another rehearsal, but this time no jail, right? So outside of no jail, Valeria butt still ain't healed. She in here trying to practice, do little maneuvers, whatever. I don't know what she's gonna be doing. Trying to do little dance, trying to do the choreography in a chair or whatnot. So of course, Naomi and Bree like, what is this? Like, what are we even doing? And V's like, I tried to move my leg. I'm trying to V's like, I tried to move my leg. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to move along, but I can't. What's your excuse though? But Brianna has a lot going on. Like, I'm, trying to figure out what I'm be doing, about Alexis, or not even what she's gonna be doing about Alexis, but what is more Alexis gonna do, about, the baby. And of course, she's like, I can't be the person who says you should get an abortion. Yeah, that's kind of rude. You can't say that, at least not out loud. So yeah, she's like, so she's worried about, she's worked up about Alexis and what Alexis is gonna do, and if she's gonna get this abortion, and Naomi's like, worried about JoJo getting so wrapped up in Eric that she kind of forgets about her, and Valeria's like, well, I have a stalker. Yeah. Okay, like you want to call the police, and of course Brianna is like, you want to call the police, and Naomi is like, nah, she's basically trying to call the press. Like this is basically this is a way to make her relevant. This is the way to make her pop in or whatever, and talked about is to basically have a stalker, so she gonna like call the press. Yeah, yeah. So now we see why she was so worked up and so excited about having a stalker, because for her that was relevancy to now I'm about to be popping. So the Alicia girl shows up. I don't know why, y'all. I'm annoyed at her. I'm annoyed that Jill had a one nighter with her and now wants to keep her around. Anywho, she shows up, but why are you even at rehearsal and Jill is not even here at rehearsal? Just like, oh, she must be having it. The lunch must have went well with such and such. Eh, you know, yeah, basically, you ain't gotta flex, like Valeria said. Like, you ain't even gotta do all that. And she's just basically like, oh, Jill is blossoming. Oh, basically, you should be, you know, I'm just making sure she blossoms. Like, whatever, whatever. It was straight hate. The girls was hating. I was hating too. We just had the blossoming. I just see it blossoming. Oh, yes. Jill is blossoming, and everybody can't wait to see her at the. But can't wait to see Jill and the queens at the AMAs. What? Jill and the queens? Girl, bye. You better get out of here. First off, she need to be here at rehearsal first for her to be able to for us to be able to even have a performance at the AMAs. Okay, y'all. So Alexis and Bree are back at it again, and Alexis has come to the conclusion that I can't have this baby. Will you go with me? First off, it wouldn't be a show if she decided not to have this baby. She gonna have this baby. I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. You wanna have an abortion? You can get an abortion. You gonna have this baby. You gonna have this baby. That was my immediate thought. So I honestly was low key was blocking out what was going on, because I couldn't believe they tried to come with that foolishness, because I know that she gonna try to have this baby or whatever, right? So, Jen and Alicia, they're looking at dresses or whatever or whatnot, and online, and Alicia brings up that Jill has a surprise performance at the AMA pre-party, and the girls don't know. Somebody getting a little big for their britches now. Yeah, bring it. I'm gonna need you to bring it all back in, bring it all back in, all the way back in, cause I ain't liking this new Jill. I ain't liking this new Jill at all. So she's, looking online to buy the dresses, but the card gets declined. It says account's frozen. So she calls Darren. And she, because they're supposed to be going with the divorce. According to Alicia, everything is going well and moving forward. So when she calls Darren is like, yep, well, I retained a lawyer, and basically I'm moving in other tactics. I'm taking moving in different ways or whatnot. And she's like, what? But basically, she's like, this is not you. This is not you. Why are you even doing all this? Because it's not you. And it's not him. He's really heartbroken, y'all. Like, Darren is really hurting. Like, he does not want to get over it. He was like, if I sign, then it's over. And she was like, it is over, which technically it is. She don't want to be with you. She want to be with the women. It's over, Darren. But he ends up agreeing that he's going to sign the papers. They're going to move forward, and he's going to he unfreezes the account. JoJo and Eric, right? JoJo and Eric pull up to this spot, and because they're trying to get this chain back, and basically, he's like, tell your boss I want to, at the security at the door that I want to see him, or what, that E-Rock or Eric want to see him, and the dude, got like a little microphone, and he tells them, and all you hear is, don't cover me because I know I just tore that all up. But I knew that little laugh, little whatever you want to call it. I just knew automatically what it was. I was like, Jada Kiss. Oh. Yeah. So back at it. We back at it. So Jadakiss, yes, Jadakiss. It is Jadakiss, and basically they known each other, from back in the day. And he's like, "Bruh, I know you got my chain. You need to run up." And he's like, "You bold to come up in here with what your bodyguard?" And we're not talking about JoJo or whatnot, but he's basically like, "Bruh, like I ain't got the time for that. I'm making hella bread with Doja Coin. Ain't nobody out here just trying to get you hemmed up over, trying to snatch chains to get revenge off you. Basically, now get out of here before I do change my mind and want revenge or whatnot." So, so they bounce on up out of there, and of course JoJo is celebrity struck, and she's like, "Oh, I know we just died, but I thought it was cool." Typical young people stuff. I probably would have said the same thing though. So, meanwhile, Poor Muffin, she's like, back with her friends, and who clearly ain't her friends. So she asked them, y'all, because of the grocery store experience, she's like, y'all, am I played out? And two of them were like, one of them was like, nah, one of them was like, yeah. And then when she looked at them again, and then they said it again, the other they swapped again, yeah, nah. And so they would her other friend was like sis, here's the tea. You've been gone like for 2 months in hip hop world, music world. That's a very long time. You don't wanna, blow no more, you don't wanna get high. Like you're a stale muffin basically. Like you basically need to do something to like make yourself like pop. Look at Doja Cat. She got like a chain, a diamond out chain of her butt or something like that. And so she's like, oh, okay. So y'all, she takes that as a reason to get a unicorn horn embedded into her skin, into her forehead. Yeah, yeah, she shows up on the pre-party red carpet with that big old horn on her head. It's kind of like, it's cute, but it was like, oh, this is the statement that you're trying to make. I mean, okay, you got it, boo. So the girls, of course, they're looking at, they're looking at Muffin, like Lauren, aka Lauren Muffin, Lauren Muffin, Muffin Lauren. They're looking at Muffin like, girl, what you got going on? Like, what you got doing? Like, and of all people, Jill is like, y'all need to basically like get off of her. This is business. Not you saying this is business, Miss Muffin is not a business. Oh, okay. Let me go over there and talk to her. Yeah, you do that. You go over there and try to talk to her. Now, of course, I'm gonna remind y'all, episode two, they were on episode two. They have both kind of like agreed that they were gonna work on themselves and get themselves together. So that's kind of like was like the vibe of like when they approached each other, like, oh, this the new you, oh, that this the new you type thing. But it didn't go far because Alicia pulled what's the name, pulled Jill away or whatever, whatnot for whatever. So Valeria and Bree, trying to enjoy themselves, enjoy their wine, cause like she's like, I don't want to worry about nothing that was what's going on over there. I deserve a night. Like I'm gonna be getting drunk. I'm gonna be getting wasted, off this wine. Meanwhile, Valeria's like, well, my stalker basically is only touching C-list paparazzi, you know, maybe it would be good if I hook up with, was it Fabio something something? What's his name? Like Fabio Foreign or whatever, whatnot, and who just happens to be across the room. Now I'm like, ooh, Fabio. Who is that? He like all decked out, got these glasses on. He was just dripping with swag, just dripping, just dripping with swag or whatever, whatnot, right? So he come up though, but he ain't checking for her. He ain't checking for her. He ain't checking for her, and I was so glad or whatever, whatnot. So she like, what she do? She like did this thing that I guess she thought that was gonna technically like get his attention. She hand on her hip, oh yeah, like something with her leg, and then flip hair, even though she about tripped because you know that leg is she, butt still toe up. Anyway, he come over, but he make it very like very plain that he check in on her like you good because I seen that fall, but P6 like I just gotta basically give you the respect or whatever whatnot. When I say y'all, I had to pause for a second because I was like, who is this? Ooh, when I looked him up or whatever, and I was like, oh, I wasn't exactly all that impressed, but I kept just kind of like scrolling. I was like, oh, okay. And then when I was watching, he was like talking to Brianna. I was like, oh yeah, I like that. That's he. Fabio is ugly cute. He ugly cute, and that's what I like. I like him ugly cute. Like you can't be like cute. Like you gotta have a look. It gotta be a little ugh to you, but not cute because yeah. Can't be. I don't need nobody that's chasing after. Yeah. So anywho, I don't need a whole. So he's like, call me, whatever. Like, call me anytime tonight, tomorrow, whatever. Like, I can gas up the jet right now. We can get going or whatnot, and go to Paris. She's like, bruh, I got 5 kids. I can't get up and just go to Paris. He's like, bring them. Bring him? Okay, Fabio. Won me over. I was done. I was like, Jill, not Jill. Why I keep want to call her Jill, y'all? Brianna, you better. Like, do that, Brianna. Do that. So, I'm like, yeah, like, you need to do that. Like, you need to do, like, you need to get with that, whatnot. And, of course, the girls agree. Like, Valeria's like, girl, if you're not going to use that number, give it to me. And, being a little square. She's like, I can't be messing with no little 20-year-old. And I'm just like, girl, bye. If you don't get on here and stop, abiding by these rules or whatnot. So meanwhile, because they at the pre-party, they're like, where's Jill? And right on cue, here comes Jill. Elisa's performing her and the Nasty Butches performing Nasty Girl. It didn't go over well. It didn't go over well with the girls. They really shook their shocked and really in disbelief, just looking. And all of a sudden, Brianna takes a call and just out of there. And Alicia just wants to make it very known that basically this whole this whole Jill and the Butch and the Nasty Butches is to make is insurance, basically, that this performance is insurance for the whole incident. So just in case something happens, such as the whole kind of like, she'll still be relevant. She'll still pop. Like, she ain't gonna fall more down in the hole with y'all, because I guess she can be Jill and the Nasty Butches. Okay, Jill and the Nasty Butches. So actually, Brianna had made a call to Fabio. She actually called him because she showed up at that man's room and was like, I don't have time for Paris, but I definitely got time to teach you a lesson. What? Okay, you nasty girl. And that's exactly how how that ended when she left. Okay, nasty girl. Like, Fabio, you got swag. I'm with you, Fabio. You got it with your ugly cute self. You totally got it. So of course, they was wondering like where was she at? How when did she sneak off or whatever, whatnot. And of course, she ain't claiming, but of course she claiming that she didn't. Go to 5 She went straight home after the pre party, and JoJo's like freaking out over something that she sees online, and she says, "Oh yeah, it's just TikTok. It's just something on TikTok." And it's just no, she blames it on the performance, Jill's performance. But we already knew. I was like, "Nah, something's up." Because for one, she was like, "Oh, I need to call Dad." Yeah, Dad. Now, mind you, she was waiting. Like she didn't want to rush to call him Dad. So when she said that, of course, Naomi immediately stops. Like, wait, what? Um, and she just feels like that she's losing her. She's so like wrapped up in that, so concerned that because of the time and the bond that they're getting, that they're losing out on their time. Because if you think about it, she hasn't really been around either. So she's like, I still need to get like an us thing. I still need to build our us thing. And Brianna's like, you don't need to worry about that. Like, y'all gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. She's not leaving you like in the dust or anything like that. So she comes back in. She's like, well, hey, Dad's gonna pick me up. We're gonna go to the movies. But Naomi knows she lied. Hell, I knew she was lying. So as well, the abortion appointment is tomorrow with Alexis or whatever or whatnot. So, you know, they're talking about that and just basically that she don't have nobody else to be there for her and to go with, so that's basically like a main reason as to why she's going. So Jojo, shows Eric the TikTok, shows Eric a TikTok, and actually what happened was is it was a challenge that people are going and snatching celebrities' chain, and that's technically what he was a victim to. She was saying we can go to the cops. You don't need to prove anything to me. You don't need to prove to me that you're tough. That you're cool, anything like that. I'm just glad to be around you or whatever or whatnot. And he was just letting her know that actually, come to find out, it wasn't, just like a chain, that the chain actually did have sentimental value. He was saying how he had bought that chain after he realized that Naomi was pregnant, because that was solidification for him that they weren't going to get back together, that it was basically done. He was actually going to give JoJo the chain or whatever or whatnot. Yeah, right, like cute. Aww. So of course, right, little sentimental moment. And so she was like, well, I accidentally, called your dad in front of my mom. I hope that's cool. And he's like, yeah, that's cool. Like it was, I'm such a little crybaby. So she's like, all right, let's go get your chain, because they look like they were basically outside of like the actual people who stole his chain's house. Right. So anywho, back in rehearsal, no Jill again, no Jill. And when she finally does come in, they check her or whatever. They're like, the stunt that you pulled, wasn't cool. And basically like, you said, you were gonna move in with me. You did move in with me. It was to help me, to be there for me, and I don't even see you. Your head is basically just gotten so big from all that, that what you got going on. Like, how did you not feel like we wouldn't feel some type of way about this? And she's like, well, me doing this is helping y'all too. Nah. Mm-mm. But Jill, basically just feels like, Alicia's making opportunities for her now, and that they're jealous. Back in the day, everybody, had their thing, and, she didn't, she didn't really have a thing. She was stuck, being a person that she wasn't, talking about stuff that she didn't want to talk about, wearing stuff that she didn't want to wear. Now that she has a chance to be her, nobody's with it. And at the end of the day, she don't need this. She don't need the group. Yeah, she went there. So, and she, was ready to walk out. And Naomi's like, that's, no, don't that's not it. Like, Bree, tell her, like, we want her. Like, we don't not want you. We do want you or whatever, whatnot. And Bree was like, no. Like she said, she grown, so she can do what she want to do. And Jill walked on up out of there. All right, so after that little debacle, um, Valeria rolls up in the studio, and Muffin is actually in there. She's like, yeah, what y'all up to? Is y'all still arguing? She was just like, yeah, we're just kind of like just caught up in the mix of, of other people's stuff, type of thing. Me and Naomi. And by the way, like, why you do that? Like, how much was that? Whatever, whatnot. She was like 5. She was just like, okay, that's not bad. 5 million? 5 million. You pay 5 million to get a unicorn horn on your head? She's like, and that's like surgically. Like, why would you do that? And she's like, you're coming from me, but yet you're the same person who's leaving cheese like it's a mouse. That's your stalker, and you got helium in your butt. Yes, helium in your butt. Like, Muffin. Muffin, that's, I like Muffin. Muffin's cute. Muffin's real cute. All right. So she was like, at the end of the day, I'm not Jill. I'm not going to give you advice, but you do need to be careful because you can't get caught up in this career. This career can throw you curveballs, and you just got to be ready for it. And it definitely left, Muffin something to think about. You can tell when she was still thinking about it when she was meeting up with her friends. When she was back with her friends again. So she had this photo shoot, and they were just talking about how she had gained so many followers after the pre-party AMAs, and they offered to, of course, it's like a celebration type thing. So one of her friends like, oh, so hit this bong, and she, nicely, you could tell she said her little mantra, wisdom, serenity, whatever, and she's like, I need to go get dressed. Why, as she goes to get dressed, y'all, she takes her shirt off, and I knew it. Like, I just know when things are just gonna happen. The freaking horn falls off her forehead, and it's ugly, y'all. It's just ugly. Ugh. Yes, it falls off her forehead, and she freaking screams or whatnot. So, boom, we're coming up to it's the day of the performance, and it was the day before. I think it is actually like the day of the performance, and JoJo, is talking, comes back, and she's just talking about, yeah, it's either either way. JoJo comes in, she's just like, thanking her for, like, bringing them together and telling her who he is, and that he's a great guy, and she says, I love you, Mom. It was just like those moments where you just know, like, you did good, like your child let you know you did good or whatnot, and hit that I love you, Mom, type thing. So I definitely think that put Naomi, a little bit at ease, and put her in that place where, since she was like a lot worked up and worried about what was going on. And of course, y'all know she was rocking that chain, right? Yeah. So, Valeria, on the other hand, is, working out, and she's working out. She sees a car come up in the driveway, so she spruced herself up, because I'm thinking, I don't know what she was thinking, but I was like, this can't be your stalker, because why they pulling up like in a car? Stalkers don't like just pull up in your driveway when they know you home. Like, I don't know how stalkers. Okay, 99 know how stalkers work, but either way. So, she, open the woman comes to the door. She's like, you must be my stalker. What are you doing? Who are you? The lady's like, I apologize. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, I'm your mom. I'm your mom. And she's like she is, I don't know if it was a look of shock, disbelief, happy, but yeah, like, it's a moment next week. Come on, fast forward next week already. Right? So, Alexis don't show up for the appointment, like I told y'all. I knew it. I knew it. Alexis does not show up. Bree's at the appointment, and, she's texting her. She's not getting no response back. And she goes to go and check on, she goes to her mom's, to her family's house, and her sister's like, yeah, she's basically gone. Yeah, she left. Like, she's gone. No, she's like gone. And Brianna's like, what? Like, where? You don't know? No, she's like, gone, gone. So, where is she? So, she's, heads back. So, she heads back home. Jill is back at the house, packing up or whatever her stuff. She's like, oh, so you're leaving for real? She's like, well, you don't want me here. She was like, I do need you. I need you here. I do need you. Like, Alexis has left, with the baby. I don't know what she's going to do. And, um, as she's talking about that. Darren comes in just in full crazy. He's all got paper and lighter, and he's lighting up papers. I'm like, he lighting up the Darren divorce papers. I'm like, he can't, y'all. He is spiraling out of control. Darren is getting out of control, y'all. So he's like, basically like, if I can, he didn't do it. If I can't have you, nobody can. But like, that's basically the vibes that I gave up, because he basically said, I'm not giving you this divorce, and that was that, and walked out. So can we get a kumbaya moment? Yes, because we all got to come in and we got to embrace, because it's too much craziness going on. So yes, they formed that little sister circle, and that sister circle little like turns into them, at the AMAs. Yes, they made the AMAs, and just bonding to, not bonding, but just staying, committing to continue to be there for each other, and for one to boom through this performance, to kill this performance, and do the damn thing basically. And it ended there. So it ended on a good note. No cliffhangers really, for real, for real. But still, like, at this point, excited to see, like, what's to come. Like, are we gonna see more of Jadakiss? Are we gonna see more of Gervani? What's his name, y'all? Was it Gervani? That's definitely not his name. For Johnny? Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll get it maybe next time. Check me out here, y'all, next week. Also, if you haven't, check out some of my other videos and subscribe to the channel. Like if you like this video, and comment below what you thought of this week's episode. Peace.